Chemists are coming up with new opioids faster than the government has been able to keep up.
This is worse than the time the raccoon got in the copier.
That is a Grammy that every artist wants, almost as much as Trump wants Greenland. Which makes sense, I mean, because Epstein's island is gone, he needs a new one to hang out with Bill Clinton.
Mr. President, are you going to sue Trevor Noah? Last night in a post you alluded that something could be coming.
Yeah, well, he said that I spent time on Jeffrey Epstein's island.
Now, that slip is from a press conference this week, and it's not even the most talked about slip from that press conference, because the internet has been somewhat preoccupied with the question of whether the President of the United States soiled himself at the podium. And look, we're going to get into what actually happened, what you can see on the footage, and why the White House rushed the press out of the room.
Thank you, press. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
But I want to be honest about what's going on here, because the real story isn't actually whether it happened or not. The real story is that millions, tens of millions of people have watched that clip, and not a single one of them was surprised. That is the bit that matters. This is a man who built his entire brand on being strong, best genes, aced the cognitive test, bragging that he could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and keep support.
They say, I have the most loyal people. Did you ever see that? Where I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible.
The strongman image is the product. And right now, the product is showing cracks. So let's talk about what's actually going on.
Thank you, press. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Are we going to flip for this, or what are we going to do?
The press were rather abruptly cleared out of the White House briefing after what many have described as an olfactory incident. Now, did Donald Trump shit himself at the podium? I don't know. But here's the clip, and you can watch what happens behind him.
Chemists are coming up with new opioids faster than the government has been able to keep up. We're going proactive on these new chemicals.
That's great. No, I hear fantastic things. Thank you all very much. We really appreciate it a lot. Thank you, Oz. It's doing a fantastic job. Thank you all very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, please. Thank you.
Mr. President, can you respond to the new Fox poll that says people think ISIS's tactics are too aggressive?
Photographers, reporters, we're done. They put cameras, we're going.
Then the government.
My God, what is that smell?
Did you notice the people behind him? There's a woman in green who rubs her nose like it burns. RFK Jr. looks like a man who's chosen loyalty over breathing. And then the press gets ushered out briskly, as if they are the ones making the room uncomfortable. Did something happen? Maybe. Did the internet immediately decide that Trump shit his pants on live television? Absolutely. And here's the thing, the speed with which this spread, the way it instantly became the story, tells us something important. The rumour stuck because it confirmed what tens of millions of people already suspect, that there's a growing gap between the image Trump projects and his actual physical reality. He's everything that he accused Biden of and more.
Remember the speeches Joe would make? First of all, they'd last a matter of seconds, you know. Thank you very much. You ever notice Joe would always cough before a speech? State of the Union, he gets,
Oh, and this isn't the only moment from recent days that's causing concern to bubble up, because the strongman brand doesn't just require physical dominance, it requires sharpness. Trump's whole claim is that he is the smartest guy in every room, the deal maker, the guy who knows more than the generals. But, well, here's Trump's answer to a question about the Kennedy Center.
You announced you wanted to build a new and spectacular entertainment complex at the Kennedy Center.
Right.
Do you plan on tearing it down, and how much will all of the renovations cost?
Probably around $200 million. And, you know, it's funny, in real estate and building, I've done so much of it, I've done so well with it. You want to sit with something for a little while before you decide on what you want to do. And, you know, we sat with it, we ran it. It's in very bad shape, it's run down, it's dilapidated, it's sort of dangerous. Things fall out of ceilings, you've seen it. And we had some big events there. We had a lot of great events there over the last year, but you can't do any work because people are coming in and out, and you have the workmen. We have a marble man over there the other day. He said, you know, every time I put down a piece of marble, people are stepping on the marble. They don't even have time to dry.
I mean, what the hell was that? The question was about cost and whether he's tearing it down. What we got was a meandering story about a marble man and people stepping on wet marble. It's definitely giving me Abe Simpson vibes.
I needed a new heel for my shoe. So, I decided to go to Morganville, which is what they call Shelbyville in those days. So I tied an onion to my belt, which was the style at the time.
The truth is, the reason the rumour spread isn't because everyone genuinely believes it happened. It spread because it could have happened and no one would be surprised. The brand is leaking. I mean, just think about what's actually happening. Tens of millions of people watched that clip, not to hear what Donald Trump was saying about policy, there's no sense to be found there, but to determine whether they could detect evidence of incontinence. That is where we are. The President of the United States gives a press conference, and the dominant discourse is about whether he left a stain on the chair.
Then the government.
This is the man who insists that he's the healthiest president in history, while his hands are the colour of a mahogany wardrobe. He can't walk down a ramp without looking like he's negotiating with a ski slope. He stares directly into a solar eclipse, and his medical report was written by a doctor who was later caught popping pills like Smarties and drinking on the job. At a certain point, people stop taking the denial seriously. The rumour may or may not be true. But what is true is that Trump's public appearances are now generating this kind of scrutiny by default. Every raspy noise gets analysed, every slurred word gets clipped, every abrupt ending gets turned into a meme. You can only tell people not to believe their own eyes for so long, or in this case, their nose.
Then the government